Hi, welcome to Astrology for GAN Traders. My name's Olga Morales. Now, today I'm going to be looking at the number seven, which is so important to GAN and also to cycles. I do a lot of work in my book called The Dawn of the Seventh Day, which goes into long-term cycles, like thousands of cycles, and the work of Safariel. But today I'm going to do just a smaller cycle and applying that to gold. So you might be interested in this, okay? So how can we use cycles that are in the Bible to use it for trading, which Gam was doing? I'll show you something you can do really simply. So first of all, his quote is seven is a fatal number referred to many times in the Bible and is ruled by the planet Saturn, which brings about contractions, depression, and panics. 7 times 7 equals 49, which is shown to be a fatal year, causing extreme fluctuation. So that's WD GAM. Now you can do your own study of this for yourself and also for anything that you study, okay? I've told you people that know me already, at 49 is when I was diagnosed with malignant bowel cancer, a tumor. And so, yeah, that was almost fatal for me, but I was like the 1%, and that was 10 years ago now. So there can be things that happen at age 49, and it's also links in with the return of Chiron, which is your like a wounded healer, but also that's a wounding and a healing in your body, okay? Now, Saturn was considered the Lord of Darkness. The Hebrew word for seven is Sheba, which is most frequently used number in the Bible. Apparently, it appears 391 times. When you multiply that by seven, you get 2,737, which is actually 100 sidereal months. So a sidereal month is when the moon comes back to a fixed star, okay? That's important for the counting. And the word the word Sabbath comes from Shaba, meaning to cease rest, and from the word Sabbath, the day of rest. Therefore, seven, Sheba, Sabbath speaks of a completed work wherein rest and even death is found. So the day of rest and Saturn, okay, is 6 days of creation and 1 day of rest, as we know from our Bible. Saturn is a planet of rest. On the Sabbath, Saturday, or Saturn's day, no work was permitted due to Saturn being the most malignant planet, connected with misery, plagues, cold, and darkness. The planet of old age, Saturn was old father time, also known as Cronus in Greek. He was often portrayed with a sickle or an hourglass like the Grim Reaper. Saturn related to the sickle of harvest because Saturn is exalted in Libra, the sign of harvest. So then we have to look at the diurnal planetary order. This is really important. Some people don't know that our days of the week are actually named after the planets, okay? So if you start with Sunday, that's ruled by the sun. Then we go down to 2, Moon, Monday. Across we go to 3, Mars, Tuesday. If you know Italian or Latin or French, you can get a better understanding of the words of the rulership. Like in Italian, Tuesday is martedì, so it's got the M in it. And then from Tuesday we go to Wednesday, which is Mercury, and in Italian it's mercoledì. Okay, so from Wednesday we go over to Thursday, which is Jupiter. In Italian it's giovedì, and like Jove, jovial, is all to do with Jupiter. And then the 6th day is Venus. In Italian it's a venerdì, like it's really clear and show ruled by Venus, the 6th day. And then the 7th day is Saturn, right? So that's the last day, in this cycle of rest, okay? So now I'm going to show you how we can apply something to gold. I'll just pause for a minute. So what we're going to do here is looking at the moon, okay? Now we know that the moon every 7 days does a quarter of its cycle. Okay, and the moon and Saturn have the same numbers. So whatever you do for Saturn, you're actually doing for the moon as well. And considering our days of the week and our calendar is on a 7th-day rotation, it's very much linked with the lunar cycle as well. So what we can do here, this is an example. This is on Optima Gann Trader. We go to Tools, Astro, and then we find lunar phase, moon phases. So what we can do, I'm just going to start with this low here. I'm just going to put a low. So that was March 8. This is for gold. March 8, 2021. And I'm going to put the lunar phases on there. I'm going to make them a little bit bigger so we can see. At the moment, we've just got the quarters, okay? That's what we want because every quarter is 7 days. So from that point, you can see that at this low, there was, let me put it across a bit. It was a last quarter here. So I'm going to now, from that point, I'm going to then go to Tools again, and I'll go down to, sorry, I'm going to move myself out of the way, cycles, and we can get time by solar degrees, and we can then put cycles from that point, but I'm going to change that because at the moment it's on my default. I'm going to take away those 2 levels, and I'm going to add 49 days. Okay, so this is going to show me every 49 days from that point is your 7 times 7, so 7 times the lunation, so you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's your 7th one. Okay, and you can keep going on that, and it does often pick, if you go through this, do this yourself, you'll see that every seventh or 49 days, you will get a turn or a low or a high at that point. Now then, what you can do is you can do the same, and you can go to a high, for example. I'm just going to move that up. I'm going to do the same for this high. It's pretty close to a first quarter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this, and I'm going to say copy, and it will run it for me from that point. So you'll get 49 from the high as well. And if you look, you'll get lots of other turns at that point as well. So this is just a quick example of what we can do with the number 7. Okay, now this would be exactly the same if you're on a monthly chart. You could do similar with Saturn. So you have to be creative with what you're doing. Now, obviously, you can do it from a lot of highs and lows, but if you want to, the significant ones are the ones that are going to be more important, especially if a low or high actually coincides with a full moon or a new moon. You're going to get some amazing information. So, yeah, I hope you found that interesting. Now, this is just a little example of things that you can do applying cycles to any instrument, any index, and even crypto, whatever you're studying actually. But, if you want to learn more about Gann and what we can do, I've got my Gann Astro Trading Workshop on the 29th of March, the 30th of March, 2 days. And it's been a hiatus. I haven't done one for 6 years, but we go into very detailed. I know people have said they're interested, but it's getting closer to the date. So if you are interested, please send me an email or go onto the website, and you'll see that how to contact me and get some information, because we go through a lot of Gann principles, and we go into more detail about how you can do lots of things. And so, yeah, thanks for listening.